Name? The officer asked. Thyst Kraken, sir. Is that short for anything? Amethyst. Other than that, it's the only 2 names I have. Your documentation doesn't specify country of origin. I don't know where I come from. Oh, you're one of those. Okay, I try not to judge. I've been all over. Keeping track can be quite the hassle. Based on the flanges on your cheeks, I'd say you're probably from Briss. The officer laughed slightly. Thyst laughed along through clenched teeth. His palms were like waterfalls, his fingers trying not to drown. You know, for someone from the West, you sure are a pale kid. Must be the temperature in here. The chilliness of his body betrayed this statement. I could get a mage to circulate some weather magic if that would help. No, I'll be fine. Let's just get on with the questions, shall we? Thyst stared at the door. If he thought his body weight could crack it, he'd run for it. Alright, sounds great. Do you remember what happened? On a conscious level, he didn't. He had a vague sense, so he went off that. Well, I was at... Darn, where was I? I was at the market, picking up some fish. The report here says you were found at the wharf. I was trying to give some context. His palms were even slicker as he rubbed his cuffs. The market, you see, was out of fish, so I made my way to the wharf. That's when I ran into a man who... He said he recognized me, but I'd never seen him before. He came up and started swinging. Naturally, I defended myself. Then the guards got involved, and now I'm here. The officer flipped through the report. It was clear that even talking about the report was against his orders, as he seemed reluctant to offer more details. Well, based on the witness accounts, I'm afraid it's shown that you swung first. Can you defend that? No, of course not, Thyst thought. Afraid not, sir. I have a pretty shaky memory. And this, he remembered as the words escaped his lips, were words that had landed him in jail many a time before. Okay, well, I'm going to get something. For now, I'm afraid I need to detain you under suspicion of assault, the officer said, putting his hand on Thyst's shoulder. That's about as fair as it gets, huh? A few hours later, he found himself sitting in a cell, slowly forgetting why he was even there. Excuse me, he asked the guard standing by his cell. What? The guard barked. Where's my bag? It's brown and full of little leather notebooks, Thyst said, wrapping his fingers around the cell bars. I sent for it 20 minutes ago. It should be here shortly. The door at the end of the hall opened, and a man clopped down the hall. Thyst recognized the man, but he couldn't quite tell why. Was this the shoulder strap of your bag? It's all that was left. A pang went through Thyst. It was burned at the upper shoulder, little singed pieces of fabric hanging off, but there was no mistaking it. It was a pile of dust when I found it. I'm sorry, kid. Do you want to keep it? Yeah, it'd be nice to hang on to, Thyst answered, walking to the back wall, tears welling in his eyes. Assuming all goes well, you'll be out in the morning. In the meantime, this came through when the state discovered you were here. Seems important. The man tossed a little red letter through the cell door. It slid across the floor before coming to a halt at his foot. Thyst waited, but nothing came. After a while, he forgot why he was waiting. Once morning struck, Thyst awoke. He jumped out of bed and noticed he was in shackles. He then began to realize he was in prison, a guard standing at the door. He saw the note on the floor, and the burnt remains of what looked like his bag laying next to it. His sadness returned for his loss, but he knew that if he had slept here, he must have wept the night before, so there was no use for it now. Instead, he picked up the letter and gently ran his thumb over the wax seal. He flipped it over to see flashy red metallic lettering. To Amethyst Kraken, 467 Kilnor Street, Curlin, West Solaria. Urgent. To be read by 0704-19456. Further instructions inside. Not being one for suspense, he ripped the seal and unfolded the letter. As he read, his heart dropped. Thyst Kraken. You have been enlisted to be a soldier in the ongoing conflict with the people of Carthan. You are to report for examination on 1404-19-456. Failing to report will constitute treason. We are pleased to have you as part of our military. Your examination will take place in the Solaria capital, Gold. Go into any business and ask where Barracks 12 is. Your examination will be both physical and mental. However, failing any part will not necessarily exclude you from participating in the war effort, but may lead to further training. Excuse me, sir? Thyst asked.
Yes?
What day is it?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1304. Why? Is it a court summons?
No, war summons. Examination is in Gold tomorrow.
Huh. Glad they started sending lousy criminals instead of us honest folk.
Okay, so as you may have noticed, the audio quality stepped up quite a bit in this episode. This is going to sound like super pretentious, but I just bought a new microphone for this project. It is a blue... I don't want to touch it to see what it is. I know what it is, just give me a second. It's a blue Snowball Ice. It was one of the cheaper models that I could find at the place where I was shopping. So I decided to pick it up because I wanted things to sound good and not like they were being recorded on my phone. I'm going to continually work to upgrade all of these episodes step by step. You'll notice this episode started with a little introduction showing the logo that I designed, which, yeah, that's fun. I'm still coming off of the cold a little bit, so my voice... I don't know if my voice is ever going to sound better, but I hope it will. I'm basically rambling to nobody, which is fine, because I need nobody to ramble to. Anyways, so the plan is that I'm going to upload these episodes every 2 days or so. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll see how everything goes. I might try posting a bit about it on Facebook, or see if somebody will post it for me on Reddit. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Anyways, part 3 will be coming on hopefully July 9th, which will be a Monday. And that should be a really fun episode. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, bye.